Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, people, and places. I'm Cory Crowe. I'm joined today by Alice, Prophit, and Doyle Jeter, and today we're talking about the Twin City Jamboree. Welcome, guys. Thanks
Hello.
for being with
Always
us today.
good to be here.
It's good to have you here. Alice, tell us about the Twin City Jamboree. What's it all about?
Okay, well, in the years of the 1953 to 1970, there was a country music, bluegrass, and gospel show, live music show, that was held every Saturday night in West Monroe at the site that is now the West Monroe Convention Center. So that used to be the old fairgrounds, and we would perform at the exhibit hall. I was one of those very young performers during those years. So.
And this show got its start right at the end of World War II, didn't it?
It really did, because what happened is they started as the Ouachita Valley Jamboree out at Selman Field in what is now the Chenault Military Museum. That was the Officers Club. And it got so popular they had to move it to a new site. So they moved to West Monroe, but then something happened and they didn't get to carry on. And it was revived later. My dad was part of the group that revived it as the Twin City Jamboree.
And you got to perform. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but we're going to remember those performances with a marker on the Northeast Louisiana Music Trail that's coming up on Friday. Doyle, why is this important?
Well, as you know, we've done 14 of them now, 14 markers, including the Twin City Jamboree. Some of the markers celebrate performers that are world known, literally. Markers like this one are more regional, and to me, they're equally as important, if not more so. They celebrate what this area is all about in the essence.
And a lot of this local talent still continues, the ones that are left still continue to play music.
Yes, it's amazing.
And are still active in the music community. And growing up as a young musician, I heard all these names and know a lot of these folks.
Yeah, we have, like Layman Godwin is still around, plays dobro now, not steel guitar, but he's been a mentor, been recently recognized by the Louisiana Folklife program as a local legend. And so Layman's going to play with us. And then Wilford Ray's coming from Memphis. He had gone on to the Opry in Nashville and recorded. So Wilford's going to come back. There are a lot of us who are in the younger generation who are still around, who still play. Scooter Howard, Ed Sawyer's going to be there. Carl Burton, who's the son of one guitar player, Joe Burton. So there's going to be a lot of us there who are kind of the remaining folks from the show, and we wanted to get this recognized before that history's forgotten.
So this was at the old West Monroe Fairgrounds, right there where City Hall is now. And then you guys are going to be doing a concert as part of the marker. The marker's going to go there at the City Hall area, right?
It is. There's a place there by the West Monroe Convention Center, very visible. So we're going to dedicate that marker there because that was the music site. And then we're going to move over to the Senior Center at 6 p.m. and have our live show. So everybody's real excited about it.
Now, when you were growing up, your dad was ramrodding this thing and getting the musicians and lining everybody up and figuring out who was going to play on that bill that night. You got pulled into the music, didn't you?
I did, because my dad would tote me there. I have a picture I sent daughter recently. I was 3 years old sitting on the stage. I said, okay, there I am. So I started singing about 9, and I just loved it. My dad tried to get my sisters to sing, but they didn't want to have anything to do with it. But I loved singing, and he would take me everywhere. But Dad was part of a group of partners, including Jack Hollingsworth. Doc Savage was very involved and very remembered around here for his skills with rebuilding instruments. So there was a great group of folks who were involved, who emceed, who participated. My uncle, known as Chubby Stewart, was an MC for many years before he had to move away. But it's just a great group of people who had it at heart and wanted to do music.
Alice, what was your father's name?
Alec Myatt. Thank you for asking. This has been part of what I wanted to do to honor his legacy and playing music. And I'm just so excited to get to do this. And the Doyle and the city both jumped on board and making it come true. So it's going to be a great remembrance for
Doyle, this is marker number 14.
That's correct, yeah.
Now, in addition to the local folks that filled up most of the bill, occasionally some big names came through too, didn't they?
Big names. Right. And I have to laugh. We call him young. He's 85, I think. Gene Stewart is one of the original players.
his pictures right there
Oh
in the
yeah,
corner.
Gene, and we love Gene. But yeah, Bobby Bridger even. But folks like Ray Price, Ernest Tubb, Jerry Lewis, before he became Jerry Lee Lewis,
that's right.
and on and on. I mean, there were some huge stars that played there.
James Burton,
James
Elvis's
Burton,
guitar.
Elvis
Great
Presley's
guitar
guitar
player.
And he's very aware. I just heard last night he's
Yeah.
aware we're doing this show. And so we'd love for him to surprise us, but we understand maybe not. But hey, he's aware of it, and he's really sending support from a distance.
He is.
Tell me about the project. How did this all come about for this marker?
Well, I always get my cheap plug in, but basically we've been presenting live music at Enoch's Pub for 43 plus years. We always wanted to do something to give back to the musicians, the community, the people that support music. And when I retired a while back, my son runs the pub now, John. I had the time and wherewithal to do this, basically. And what was surprising was the people that were ready for this. It was the right time. So in a year and 8 months, we have now unveiled, as of Friday, 14 markers, and we have an untold amount in the future. We've already got 5, 6, 7 lined up for next year at the very least.
Well, there's so much local talent. I mean, there's so much to recognize, and we just saw the young talent.
It's
recently.
amazing.
It
yeah.
is amazing.
You know this.
What-
This area is eat up with talent.
Let's talk. We've got about a minute left. Let's talk a little bit about the concert itself. So we're going to place the marker. You're encouraging folks to come out at 4:30.
We are. Yeah.
And that's going to be at the convention
West
center.
Monroe Convention Center on Ridge Avenue. It's easy to see, and we get people there early so we can get an early start.
And then you'll head over to the concert. What time is that, Alice?
6 o'clock for at the senior center. So we'll have a great show at the senior center.
And what can you expect if you come out?
Fun, laughter, see your friends. We've got so many people responding, and great music, great old country music.
And a few tears, probably.
Maybe so.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Doyle, what's coming next for the music trail?
In February 17th, we'll be unveiling a marker for Ivory Joe Hunter at the African American Museum. Hoss Logan, Doug Duffy, Richard Berry. Here, a local pub may be getting one as well. So we'll see.
We'll look
Great
forward to
stuff.
that. To find out more about this and other events, be sure and visit our website at KEDM.org.